Hello.
Hi.
Happy Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Threw me for a loop when I drove up and the garbage cans were not out front.
Oh, yes.
I was like, what day is it?
Yeah. Garbage comes on Monday and Thursday.
I can go.
Recycle on Thursday.
Park anywhere.
Yay. So again, we're trying to look at Facebook Live, but we're recording down here for our YouTube channel, but we'll try to look at our Facebook Live, people.
And not go cross-eyed.
And not go cross-eyed. Hopefully posting to YouTube, because it does take an extra step.
Yes,
it's helpful. Easier to navigate for those of you that
don't have Facebook.
or do have Facebook. It's easier to navigate. Like for me, when I go on a walk, like I can play a YouTube video and it doesn't go wonky on me. Like sometimes Facebook does.
It can freeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freeze, and then you your phone goes to sleep and then it stops playing. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, you can grab all of our lives on YouTube now. Oh, we already have 7 of you up here. Thank you for your patience. I got delayed on flights on my way back from Coeur d'Alene, which was amazing. And I met 4 of our clients from Coeur d'Alene.
Yes.
It was. And yeah, it was a blessing to get delayed because we got a whole extra day. Yeah, not a bad place to stay, especially in the summer.
Yeah. We were all jealous here.
Oh, yeah.
In blazing Texas.
Yeah, the weather was amazing.
Nice.
My husband wants to go back for a month next year.
Sweet.
And he'll do anything to make that happen. So will Jamie probably. She's like, definitely a month. But had a great time. And it was really great meeting 4 of our clients, Master Macro clients up there. So that was awesome. But got delayed. And then Wednesday just seemed like a good compromise. We have a teacher test out video tomorrow that we couldn't reschedule. It was the only time that worked for everybody.
I don't know.
Crazy
Every day's
week.
Different.
Summer's almost over. It is over for me. My daughter started her
crunch.
internship. She's working. My other daughter started cheer practice, goes to cheer camp next week. So it's a crunch. Summer's over here. Yeah. Too short. But we're in week 4.
We are in week 4. We try to post and remind you. Please, if you haven't, go to your calendar. Go to your, I'm not using good words today, the journal, macro success journal, and just put a start. This is what I do. Put a star at the top and be like, okay, week 4, change your numbers. Just remind yourself somewhere visually. Set an alarm if you need to. But we are trying to remind you what's so funny. The alarms? No.
The animals. She does have a ton of alarms. So we're very thankful that she has alarms because we'll just tell her, will you set a reminder for us?
I do it.
Yeah, and she does it so that we don't forget. So we're in week 4. You're in the middle of the shred. You got practice week and 2 weeks underneath you. Then we're in week 4, which is the dead middle. And then you have the 3 hardest weeks after this middle week. But this week, almost everyone,
Double carb day.
Unless there was a special circumstance, should have introduced a double carb day this week. Some questions that we've received. Does it matter on double carb day? Should I spread my carbs out throughout the day or can I have them all at one time? You can have them all at one time. You do not have to spread your carbs out throughout the day. This particular client said, because that's probably the only day that I can fit in a glass of wine.
Sure.
So that's totally fine for double carb day. What else have we got for double carb day? Double carb day means carbs, not fat. So that means double the amount of rice, double the amount of potato, maybe some extra honey, a glass of wine.
More fruit. Some people like to work in acai bowls if they like to go to clean juice or fruit places like that.
Yeah.
Smoothie places.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean a donut where it's going to be double carb and double fat. So super important there. We do have a giveaway today. So I need you guys to type your name, say hello, so we can do our giveaway.
You're going to want it.
All right, let's go over. We've had lots of phone consults.
Oh, yes. Lots and lots. And they're all so good. Great questions. We've had some clients that they've started for the first time and now their spouse is jumping in.
Yes.
It's never too late. And we've had a friend jump in. We've had a mom, dad, and a daughter jump in. I mean, if you guys are ready and motivated, we're ready to support you. So it does not have to be on these scheduled 12-week shreds on that cycle. But yeah, when you're ready, reach out. It's exciting. We'd love to help you. I had a few quotes to kind of start with, actually.
Okay, go for it.
It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. And you noticed today, and I had another friend notice yesterday, Heather, she's like, you're following your macros. Yes, I am. I am someone, actually, this is going to lead into a consult that I had, or conversation. I am someone that I will follow my day, and at the end of the day, be like, why haven't I met my goal on that one day, right? Of the 12 weeks.
Oh, why haven't I lost fat in one day?
Well, sure, why not? Like, I followed it. I did my hard work for the day, right? And I did it for the day, and I want that, you hear about instant gratification, all that good stuff. It's the consistency, right? And I told this person I have one big goal, right? Like I have one big why, really. But I'm breaking it down into smaller, like more achievable, I can see some progress goals into 2 weeks, little sections. And I'm like, I can do 2 weeks. If 12 weeks sounds too long to you, or maybe 7 weeks sounds too long to you, break it down into smaller goals. And then once you hit that 2-week mark is what I'm doing, then take some measurements, maybe step on the scale, but allow yourself just smaller goals to reach your big goal is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
It's working.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yes.
Always. I talked to another client this morning in person, and she's in a different season right now, and her season is non-stop crazy. Her work is, she's getting up at
I know who you're talking about.
4 a.m. She's working from about 6 to 10 o'clock at night at a computer.
6 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night.
Yes, thank you. At a computer. It's a sales position. She's like, it's not forever. And I'm like, I'm so glad it's not forever for you. Like, you can kind of tell there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But for now in this season, it is nonstop. She's like, my scale has not moved. And I'm like, let's talk about that. So she's following her, she's planning her macros, but she's not consuming them all. I've heard this challenge from multiple clients where they're at work and they either forget to eat, or there's no time to eat, or their work doesn't allow them a break. Got to get somehow creative with this, whether it's eating more before you go to work, or my favorite, setting an alarm to remind yourself to get up and eat. And when I say get up, this client's also like maybe hitting 2,000 steps a day.
Oh, that's bad.
She said more like 1,000. I know. I'm like, okay. So
I just picked my job on the floor.
A few reasons the scale's not moving, right? Even during a shot.
And I know who you're talking about. And this is someone who used to work out like 6-7 days a week, would get 10 to 15,000 steps a day. So that's a big shock for her body in the opposite direction.
Well, poor thing. She's like, she sits for so long. She's like, I go to stand up and it hurts. Like, she's
so stiff.
Stuck. So we talked about setting an alarm. She's doing good with hydration, but we talked about setting an alarm
walk pad.
We talked about a walk pad. I sent her the link for the walk pad just to see visually what I'm talking about, whether it would work at her work location or home location. She said either or. She's in front of a computer.
So, and if you can't have a walk pad, something that you can put underneath there is the little pedal guy. So,
I don't know what that looks like.
So it looks like the pedals of a bike, but it's like if you just had the pedals and no bike.
Is it for seating?
Yeah, you're seated and you just, it's not a bike. You're in your own seat.
Okay.
All it is pedals. You could even set it on top of a desk and use it for your arms.
Oh, that's smart.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just pedals and they're down on the ground and you're at least moving. Now it's going to be more effective if you use a walk pad, but some companies, we had one client say, my company won't let me have a walk pad. Yeah. This thing you can hide, and as long as you're not in a meeting, no one knows what you're doing, right? If you're just sitting at your desk.
True.
And again, it's just a move. Like, people are like, how do you do work on your computer and walk? And I'm like, I'm not walking like a race.
Right, you're not sweating.
Movement.
You're not like deep breathing. You're not, it's not making your screen blurry.
Yeah, I'm not like shaking.
Right. It's not like you're pounding on the walk pad. So it's just to keep moving. So we talked about that. We talked about I'm like, when life gets like that, for me, I've got to like pull out the crock pot. Like, it's got to be, she's like, I don't even have time to cook. So, she
should be doing our meal plans.
So she's meal prepping. The the couple days that she has off, and then the other days she's actually using the crock pot. She's like, I gotta go in right now. I bought stuff for a roast and need a couple days. I bought this, eat a couple days. So she's on it, right?
Yes.
But it's the challenge of moving, and the challenge of, and then I said, how was your sleep?
It's terrible.
It's awful.
Because she's not moving.
I was like, if you're working till 10 o'clock at night, and I was trying to picture me, right? Like, how do you come home, unwind, and then go to sleep? And I was like, are you going to sleep from like 8 to 5? I was like, oh my, or 8 to 6, or excuse me,
8 to 4. She gets up at 4 in the morning.
I can't talk. She works till 10. 11 is the word I'm trying to say. 11 to 5 or 6, and she's like, no, 4. And she's like, it's more like 12 to 4.
Oh my gosh, that's when she sleeps. Shelly, I see you're on here. Be sure to tell us hi. We have a giveaway today.
So we talked about sleep, and I was like, back it up a second. She's like, well, I get up at 4 so I can prep my meal, prep my lunch. She takes her lunch every day, and work out. And I'm like, let's talk about this for a second. I was like, this is a fine line, right? I don't want to tell you to not work out. She's doing it one day a week where she doesn't go to take class. And I was like, maybe try 2. Maybe try 2 days a week.
We had to do that with another client.
Where you stop a second, like back up and like get sleep. Because now it's an uphill battle with hormones.
Right.
And your sleep and your cortisol. Like it's all, the scale's not moving for her because sleep.
What is she selling?
Isn't moving. She's working for, I'm not going to describe her right. So she's on here. I'm sorry if I get it wrong. She probably doesn't have time to be on here, to be honest. Homes. It's a sales office for like
new homes.
New homes.
Wow.
And it's like all day long.
It's thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day long. So I wanted to just share that story with everyone because I hear from different clients different challenges, like what we discussed. This poor baby has all the challenges at once right now, it seems. But just what we discussed and where to kind of start. I'm like, it's not all going to change all at once, right? But I was like, you need to sleep. Oh, and I told her something. I don't remember where I read this, but if let's say I teach, like tomorrow I'm teaching early, so it'll probably happen tomorrow. If I teach really early and my sleep gets a little off and I'm tired and I'm like, I know I need a nap. Maybe you taught me this. I don't know. 20 minutes is the best time.
I did because I'm a cat napper.
And to drink a cup of coffee before.
Oh, I didn't teach you that.
This is interesting to me. So it takes your body about 20 minutes for the coffee to kick in. So you drink the coffee. And if you're like me and you are like, your sleep is your superpower and you can like
fall asleep anywhere,
pass out really fast, drink the coffee, sleep for 20. And when you wake up, you are ready to go.
Oh.
So
I've never needed that.
Naps. No,
Mm-mm.
you just nap.
My body is yes. My body is a natural cat napper. At that 20-minute mark, I feel myself wake up.
You don't have to set an alarm
on its own. I do not have to set an alarm,
wow.
And I hate it because I'm like, I want to sleep longer, but my body just knows, like it just needs that rest, and then it wakes up on its own. I am blessed in that department.
But you wake yourself up. I gotta have an alarm, and then I'm like, all right.
Shelly's read that before. She does it with Spark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So something caffeinated, it takes a minute to process in your body. Sleep for those 20 minutes while it's processing, and wake up rejuvenated.
Speaking of food and prepping, this Monday was our Italian chicken meatball recipe that we posted. It wasn't posted on Monday because the reel was too large. So we had to remake it, but that posted yesterday. That is it takes about 10 minutes to make the meatballs.
Yeah. And
we purposely change recipes to make things fast. You can buy dry parsley. You don't want to have to chop up the fresh. No. Certainly you can use the fresh. But if you have the dried parsley, you can reuse it. It's already in there.
You don't have to go to the store.
Don't have to go to the store. Literally, we try to make these recipes like quick. It is a bowl and the food scale and each ingredients you measure. Boom. Those meatballs are a huge hit at my house. My 14-year-old loves them. My husband, they love it when we film because I have leftover food. And they're like, oh my God, these are so good. And the meatballs are so versatile and you can leave them on low all day. I thought they might dry out being in the sauce just on low. Yeah. But they definitely got better and got juicier throughout the day. And like, okay, I don't recommend this. Their bread is better. My girls wanted Subway one day randomly. Oh. And I'm about to leave for vacation and I have like no groceries in the house.
Yeah.
So I was like, we can get Subway, that's fine. I asked the guy, do you just sell the bread? And he was like, no. But he's like, I'll sell you bread. I'll just charge you for a cookie. So I got like their Italian bread and I came and put the meatballs on it from home.
You made your own sub.
I made my own sub.
Awesome.
I just needed some bread. You
Smart.
can just cut the carb wraps. You can cut them up and put them on like spaghetti squash. You can put them on a protein noodle. They're so versatile. And I left I did batch cook, and that was one of them for the girls, like proteins, because they came over every day while I was on vacation and would eat here. And I got home and I was like, who ate the meatballs? And Campbell was like, Ellington. I was like, yeah, because they're all gone.
Oh,
so that's a hit.
Good.
So that one's easy. Anyway.
And delicious, which is key.
Yeah, sometimes that happens to people. You know, if caffeine affects you, don't drink it in the afternoon.
For sure.
If you know it's going to disrupt your sleep at night. You just have to learn your body, which is what this whole program is about, is learning your body. Caffeine does not affect me. That's probably why I'm a natural cat napper. I can drink a cup of coffee. I can drink espresso
and go to sleep
right before I go to bed, and it doesn't affect my deep or REM sleep. So we're all just different. You just have to learn your body. So, but that is a good tip if caffeine doesn't keep you up at night.
For sure. Or if you do it, and it's always better if you're going to nap earlier in the afternoon, right?
Yes.
And same thing with coffee. I mean, most times you'll read, don't have it after 2 p.m. or something. But again, I mean, my mother-in-law is so sensitive to caffeine. She didn't have dark chocolate after noon.
What?
It's really interesting. I'm like, you're not
going to
dark chocolate
I'd be
tonight?
such a rail. I mean, I eat the chocolate at like
8, 9, 10.
9, 10 p.m., 11 p.m.
Anyways,
Too funny.
I came across this quote and it just made me laugh, so I thought I'd share it with you guys.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, Julianne. Every Monday, we drop the recipes as reels on Instagram. You can click and look, and the caption of the reel and the entire recipe is there. Yes. Okay.
Hate to break it to you, sis, but it's true what they say. Once you start getting up early, working out, going for walks in the sun, reading before bed, eating protein-packed meals, and limiting alcohol, you feel so damn good. I was like, that is so, like, it listed all the things. I thought it was cute.
I was thinking about this because my husband and I don't drink very often. Usually we're like a vacation, like one drink
Splurge.
kind of a thing.
Yeah,
just because we just don't need it because our health, we've had, squared away, for so long. This is what we do for a living, that we just don't need it to relax.
Gotcha.
But not because we're like anti-drinkers, right? Like, yeah, sometimes let's have a Bloody Mary, let's have a glass of champagne, especially for celebration.
Stress actively.
Right. But it's nice because I definitely think, I was thinking about this, that was not so popular the last 10 years that we've been that way. Why aren't you drinking? We've been asked that before at parties. Why aren't you drinking? But it's nice that there's been a push towards not drinking is, I don't want to say cool, but it's definitely acceptable. I mean, you're even seeing celebrities get behind non-alcohol replacements to alcohol. And the push behind, it's just not healthy. It's not good for you at all. Like, you can't rest on any bullshit study because all of them have totally been debunked. Like, there's nothing good about alcohol for your body. But if you enjoy it, like, we have some friends that really enjoy high-end wine. They pair it with food. They can taste the flavors. That's one thing.
Sure.
But I was just thinking of coming off a vacation, how nice it is that that trend is changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I even saw something somewhere. Someone was posting about, like, they were having a mixer party, but it was like, mixing sparkle water with different fruit juice, and it was non-alcoholic.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
And it seemed really fun. Like, you could still get a cool combination of flavors without the actual alcohol.
Right.
I thought that was neat.
It is neat.
I should have screenshotted it. I don't know where it went in space. I'll have to search for it. We had a shredder. We love when shredders send us. We just love it. When they think about us to send us a quote. This was a while ago, and you might have been on vacay.
I saw it.
Why is everyone at the gym asking me why I'm sitting still on the stationary bike? And the answer, I'm going downhill, dude. Mind your own business. It just made me laugh.
That is funny.
let's see. I'm going to go back to another consult that we have. And this was also going back to the person I saw in person today. She's planning her days, but she's not consuming all the macros. So what happens there? Your body holds on to fat for energy, right? It's just not going to let it go. She's like, scale's not changing. Well, we talked about that being an uphill battle. Mix that with little sleep. You've got cortisol craziness, battling hormones, right? So I had a client, a different one, and she reached out and she's like, she had some concern, and I went in and I looked at her. She'd given me permission to look in her diaries in MyFitnessPal, and something she said and how she worded it in the text was, you know, I'm planning my macros and I'm following my macros, most of the time falling under. And so we dove right into that. The most of the time falling under. Because the macros Heather is giving you are to be all consumed. There should be none left, right? Like, this is the fuel you need to support your exercise and to support your goals of shredding the fat and keeping your muscle. You're smiling.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. They need to all be consumed. So if they're not and you're under eating, you're not fueling your body appropriately. I mean, there's a whole science behind the custom macros Heather gives you, and they need to be consumed. So
I'm already modest with your macros. I've already built in your exercise. You're already in a deficit. Please don't undereat. If you are undereating and not eating the macros that we've given you, you're in such a significant deficit that you're going to lose muscle. You're going to stay in the same pattern that you've always been in. So many of you guys have got to repair your body, repair your metabolism.
So last time I think we talked, we said, you know, read the shred guide before the shred and then read it again before the maintenance part. I'm almost thinking people need to revisit it halfway now, like halfway in the shred.
Oh, the shred guide.
It's a good point in the shred to just revisit it. You've been doing this a few times, you've got a few weeks under your belt. You know, what do we mean by all of this science? I think it is just a really good time to read it again, especially the what to expect. We had a text this morning, and it was a different angle, and I'm like, what am I looking at exactly? But then I was like, oh, hey.
You weren't sure.
She was pulling out her jeans.
The scale hasn't changed much, but she had a big gap in her jeans.
She's like, the bloat is down.
And this is why we've gotten rid of the mid-shred scan.
Thank you, yes.
And I'm not sure we've updated that in the academy, so I think maybe that's where the text came today that was confusing. Gotcha. So we need to do some updating to the academy before next shred. But we have said it multiple times, and in our shred journal, we've gotten rid of it.
Yes.
No mid-shred scan, because we're tired of people being obsessed with the scale. All we care about are inches, how your clothes fit, and how you feel.
Non-scale victories.
Yeah, we don't want to look at the scale.
Sleep.
I weighed myself because I just got off a vacation. I fluctuated 3 pounds up overnight. I didn't gain 3 pounds of fat overnight.
Right.
I would have had to have eaten in a surplus of 10,500 calories.
That did not happen.
I don't think I can eat that many calories in a day.
But you flew on an airplane. I mean, there's so many variables there.
Well, actually, I think I was dehydrated. I think it's water weight. So I think
I see.
It was such an active vacation. I was dehydrated from the plane rides.
Water.
And I always drink water.
Yeah.
So I think yesterday, Tuesday, I rehydrated, all the good things. And so when I weighed myself this morning, I was 3 pounds heavier. Did that get into my head? Nope. Because I always know at 3 pounds, my clothes fit the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why we don't use the scale. It doesn't tell the truth. It is not accurate.
We had one of our Oura Ring winners reach out.
Oh, that was awesome. I was glad to hear this.
Want to share this. She's like, my Oura Ring came in late last week. Thank you guys so much. It has been so eye-opening to see the sleep information. I'm trying to get to bed earlier during the week after realizing I'm not getting as much sleep as I thought I was.
Yeah, so this reminds me of a couple of things. I want to address these comments that we've had in the live.
Yeah.
Megan, I cut the booze and I feel 1,000,000 times better.
Awesome.
It is hard to not have it at times.
Yeah.
1,000% it is, but build some consistency around it. Maybe have a glass on double carb day. Sure. If you can temper yourself. Like, I cannot have ice cream in the house. I allowed little cookies in the house yesterday, and it's taking everything in me not to eat them today. And I'm like, Heather, Dawn, you cannot have them in the house. Like,
you told yourself.
I just told myself. I did. It was a Heather Dawn Bertone, my maiden name. You cannot have it in the house. Like, that's how I lost 8 pounds. I increased my step to 15,000 a day.
Yeah.
I dropped the ice cream. It's just not even in the house. And I was like, yesterday, I was like, oh, those little cookies look good at the store. And I got them and had some yesterday, no big deal. But then today, I said, no, they did. I was like, no. And I went and ate my pineapple instead. But,
good for you.
Let's see, Evelyn, what, if any, supplements do y'all recommend for menopausal women? So for, you definitely need to talk to your doctor. We need to check that bone density specifically. But that is why we promote weightlifting, muscle building, but you just need a good multivitamin, a good probiotic, and an omega. That's the most important thing. There are some natural menopause hormone supplements on the market that are really good. That's in Mastermind Menopause. Can steer you in the right direction there. Or go to your doctor and do HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. But we cannot recommend that. You have to go to your doctor for that.
I love DIM. That follows in that category, doesn't it?
Well, she's menopausal. So what DIM does is it helps get rid of the extra estrogen. Usually in menopause, your estrogen's in the dumps anyway. You don't have extra.
Got it.
Yeah. So usually what we see is people that are dealing with menopause. Yeah. The perimenopause is where the weight gain comes. When we have menopause, your body finally figures out, okay, we're not going to try to have a baby anymore, so it's not producing all this extra estrogen. But if you haven't been doing what you should be doing during perimenopause, which can be 10, 12, 15 years, then you've set yourself up for a disaster in menopause, if that makes sense. Yeah. So typically you don't need DIM in menopause. I recommend the seed probiotic because what DIM does is it helps women stay regular because it's cruciferous vegetable, so it wouldn't hurt you if you took it. But it helps the majority of women helps regulate their bowel movements, but the probiotic like seed or a symbiotic, a quality symbiotic, there's not really a whole lot on the market, will help you be regular, so you wouldn't need the DIM. Let's see.
She recommended the rich.
Right, I see it.
Oh, okay.
I also struggle with that sometimes, especially with 50 grams of fat. I'm either under or over. It's hard to be right on, and that's okay. The consistency calendar tells you we want you to be within 5% of your macros, either under or over. So it's okay. You don't have to be right on. I would say this, like if you're in a season of under eating, like with this particular client who's working 12-hour days, you got to at least hit your protein. Have to at least hit your protein macro. Like we do want you to track that. Obviously want you to hit all your macros and not under eat, but you could treat it like maintenance where you track your calories and your protein, but don't worry about how the fat and carbs split. I'm not saying that for everybody whatsoever. I'm just saying that for people that just get slammed into a position they did not know was going to happen and their life is in a total uproar.
It just helps simplify things if you just focus on protein and staying within your calories.
Oh, she said her 5% is 1 gram off. Well, that's okay. 1 gram is 9 calories. That's okay. Don't overthink it. Just do the best you can. Shelly, Ritual has an over 50 vitamin that she loves. The new vitamins that we like have a new cellular absorption technology. It's got your pro and prebiotic. It's got all of your vitamins and it has your omega. They come in little packets, which we really love. Ritual is also very good. We talked about it last time. And then we recommend Q Sciences as well because Q Sciences, if you look in the shred guide, it's the whole gamut that has your turmeric supplement for anti-inflammatory. It has your digestive enzyme. A lot of people who are eating a lot of protein have a hard time digesting it. So you get the digestive enzyme to help with all of that. And you get the pre and probiotic and you get the multi. So the only thing you don't get in the Q Sciences is the omega. Omega is very important. As much as I love the omega in here, and the omega in ritual, neither are enough for me. I actually have to double my omega, and I actually take a special omega that helps with cholesterol. Nordic Naturals has the best omega on the market. Anything you use from them as an omega, especially for cholesterol or heart health, is going to be top notch. Nordic Naturals you can get on Amazon. Just be careful with Amazon because a lot of times they're counterfeit.
Oh,
I would go directly. So my omegas, I have an auto ship from Nordic Naturals.
Smart.
Now, having the double omega here and the Nordic Naturals does nothing. It's okay. Like, it's fine to have that, especially because I'm not a big fat eater.
Well, and you have
severe dry eye,
sometimes.
but it's also for my heart. Yeah.
Got it.
Let's see. Catherine Hernandez says hello. Okay,
Hi.
let's talk about heart rate.
Let's do it.
So this is something that came up with the Oura Ring.
Okay.
And I had two people bring it to my attention. One was today and one was 2 weeks ago, talking about their heart rate getting really, really high. Okay, and what should it be and what do I do about it? So here are a couple things. If you are not rested, which your Oura Ring will tell you,
Right.
even when you think you are, your Oura Ring will tell you the truth. Okay.
It sees the patterns. It's data.
So your Oura Ring is the most accurate on the market, and it gives you a readiness score. Okay. So Anne, myself, Amy, there's several of us that are in circles. Cynthia, Amy Huffman, my cousin Andriana.
In the circles, we can see
each other's data. Carrie.
Not all of it, but the readiness.
All you see are your scores.
Yeah.
Readiness, activity, and sleep. So if we're overactive, even if we're like, we got all our steps in and we worked out and we had great sleep, our readiness score might be a B.
Yeah.
Because it's saying you've been a little too active. You need some rest.
Balance.
You need some balance. So if you are overworking out, you're not rested, you're going to have naturally a higher resting heart rate. Another thing, depending on your age, both of these people are very young. Usually the younger you are, the higher your heart rate. A very average methodology to heart rates is 220 minus your age. So let's say you're 20 years old. 220 minus 20,
200.
your max heart rate is 200. This is just a basic formula, okay? Then you can take 200 times 90%. So that's a certain zone that you want to be in. 80%, 70%, 50%, right? Of 200, which is the max heart rate. Now, we don't want to sit at your heart max rate too long. You want to be sure that your heart rate is dropping. Now, genetically, and depending on your age, you can have a higher heart rate than you think you should have. So again, if you're run down, if you've been sick, if you've been overactive, you're going to have a higher heart rate. But both of them, I told them they needed to see what their resting heart rate was when they're sleeping, and then to also see what their heart rate is when they wake up in the morning and they're not in a hurry, but they're doing their normal routine, drinking their coffee, getting ready for the day. What is your average heart rate? And it's probably higher than what yours and mine might be, being 20 years older.
Sure.
So just wanted to go over that just because you've gotten really good sleep and you nailed your steps and got your workout in doesn't necessarily mean your body is recovered, and that's when the heart rate issue can come in. So gotta listen to your body. Oh, you got an Oura Ring, Megan. Yes, we are starting.
Sweet.
We are going to start an MM ring for sure. There's only a few people that have it in an MMM, but that's enough for us to go ahead and start that circle. So we'll put that on the to-do list and we'll call it MMM. That's awesome, Megan. Yay, I'm glad you got it. Yeah. Sorry, went off on a tangent, but those are things that came up this week.
That's all I do are tangents.
I know.
This is it. They're just random topics. So
hold on real quick.
Yeah.
The Oura Ring is 1,000 times better than an Apple Watch. Tori is asking. That's why we give them away. That and the walk pad, we just feel like sleep, getting your steps in. Those are like the two minimum things that you have to do.
Yeah.
And the Oura Ring, the new generation, it's blown everyone out of the water, including the Whoop strap. The closest thing that gets to it is the Garmin. The problem with anything on your wrist is it doesn't stay connected or contacted like a ring does. So when it loses connectivity, it uses an algorithm to kind of guess. That was the other thing with these people with the heart rates. They were using an Apple Watch. And I'm like, it's not exactly accurate.
Got it.
Not like an Oura Ring might be, or like a heart rate strap monitor would be. So, but yes, it is a lot more.
I only wear my Garmin now to teach because And I'm not even using it to track like steps or anything because I got the Oura. I just need a watch on
Yeah,
my
I see
wrist so I
time.
know what time it is. But
Amy shows up late and she goes late, so she has to have the watch on.
it happens sometimes, yes.
Not late before class. She's just not there early. She starts class on time unless she has to make contact with every single client and get their name.
Yeah, well, I like to do that too. My point of bringing up my watch, by the way, thank you, is that you have to wear it really squeezy on your wrist, and like my skin was like getting an indentation. I just didn't like it. So to get that connectivity,
Yeah.
it has to be really tight, and I only like it now to teach the sick.
Our rings are a little bulky, but you get used to it. I had someone ask me if I had my dad's wedding ring on.
Oh,
It's a little computer on your finger.
a little computer.
Little computer.
A little MyFitnessPal kind of reminder heads up. Everyone should have changed to
Week 4 macros.
week 4, and then you stay in them for week 5 macros this past Monday, so a couple days ago on the 17th. We had a client reach out and he's like, I'm so frustrated. I know I changed my goals in MyFitnessPal, and he's like, I thought I was doing really good, like following the macros, but they hadn't saved or they reverted back. We're not quite sure. He has the paid version. You know, we're dealing with technology. Just try to get in the habit of double checking. The Macro Success Journal is a double check as well. I mean, you're writing things down, hand to paper, pen to paper, also checking the MyFitnessPal. So just double check. Please double check. Make sure you're actually following the correct macros. This client was pretty frustrated, but switch it up, back on track. Okay, another client. Difficulty staying motivated after, okay. She has her why, but she's having difficulty staying motivated. We've talked about this a little bit.
We talk about it all the time. You're never going to be motivated. Don't ever think you're going to stay motivated.
It's not automatic.
That's why you have to build habits. It's all about being consistent, not motivated. It has to be
doing things you need to do even when you don't want to do them.
Like me not having ice cream or cookies in the house.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
Up for success.
I dropped 8 pounds, 8 weeks like that. And those two things, that's all I had to do. Instead of giving myself a bullshit excuse.
Yeah, because that's easier.
It is easier.
It's always
now,
easy.
keeping it out of the house, I was motivated by a couple of things, and one of them was a big specific goal of mine. Yeah. Your why. I have a kind of funny story to tell myself. So I also have been less processed sugar, more fruit, and I look forward to it in the evening. Steve offered me strawberries yesterday earlier in the day. I was like, nope, I'm saving them for night. Right.
Like, I want to have them in the evening. Thank you very much. I should have probably had them then because then they were gone. The whole family loves all the fruit in the house, right? So then last night, it's time. I'm watching a show with my daughter, and then I'm going to go to bed. And I'm watching the show, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need, I get my little sweet little something. It's not popcorn anymore, which is salty and not good for me. I can't have too much. And, just it makes my joints swell. I react to the corn. Like, it took me a while to figure out the whole popcorn thing, but it's just not good for me. So I'm into the fruit. And I'm like, oh, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, kind of tired. I'm just watching this show, and then I'm going to go to bed, and I'm like, I didn't wash the strawberries.
Oh, no.
How lazy is that? I just sat there, I'm like, I didn't wash them. So, like, I would have to pause the show, get up, go wash them. I like to cut out the little top part, cut them in half. Like, I have a little system. I was like, we have blueberries. Rinse them in the strainer, weighed them in the bowl, sat down with my blueberries.
Yeah, perfect.
Way faster.
Good.
So I didn't reach for, the chips or the popcorn and the other
do you
things
use
that are
the
faster.
Straw trick, like the big Sonic straw?
No, but I'm glad you told me that. I forgot about that
Yeah,
one. You
yeah.
just slide it straight
through
through.
the strawberry.
Rinse, slide. I can do that. That's
Yeah.
faster than cutting.
I don't do that, but I know someone who does. Growing up, friend of mine, her mom would do it all the time. I was like, that's the coolest thing. I can remember seeing it.
Well, my mom trained me to wash them, cut out the top, and slice the middle because it took her one time biting into a worm.
I don't eat them whole. I always cut them.
Don't want to bite into a worm, so they're gonna get washed and cut. That's just how it is. I don't want extra protein. I don't.
Nasty.
I don't. That's all I've got.
Okay, we have 2 other things, and one of them is the giveaway. So if you're in here, make sure you said hello so that you are in the giveaway. Built Bar sent us samples. There's 4 new flavors of puffs: strawberry, orange, lemon, lime. What's the other one? Or is there just 3?
I'm getting there.
No, there's 4.
Lemon.
Oh, there's lemon, lime, strawberry, lemonade. I haven't even tried them. And then orange. They're all puffs. Nice, light,
strawberry
summery.
lemonade.
Speaking of fruit, yeah, strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, fruit and summery.
So those are new flavors.
Have.
Yeah, there's the coffee.
Yum.
They sent us that one too as a sample. Coffee cappuccino puff.
Oh.
That sounded good to me.
Always. Yum.
And I think there's a few others. You guys, I could tell that you saw that the chocolate chip cookie dough came back for a while.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Y'all were buying those up.
MMM, you get your discount.
I was going to say, just a reminder, the discount codes are in the Facebook group, they're in the Academy, and they're in your shred guide. And then this, you guys, we talked about it our last live. Okay, this new company that we're part of. We don't even have it set up yet. I did send Shelly a link. So we'll post this link. Okay, this is a new collagen. The company reached out to us. We're going to carry it in our studios. They have a new absorption technology for all of their supplements, and they don't have a ton, but this is their collagen, and they believe in collagen cycling. So you take 10 of these packets, 10 days in a row, and then you're off 20, okay? That's very foreign to me. I have taken collagen from overseas when you could not get it in America for as long as I've been in this house, which is 10 years. So I'll just tell it myself. I was supposed to have Botox tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I can't.
You don't need it.
Canceled the appointment. And then today I was getting ready for this and I looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't have lip wrinkles like I normally, like I have lip wrinkles when I pucker, but the line isn't staying. And I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, am I losing my close-up vision? Is that the problem? And I was like, oh my gosh, the only thing I have been doing different is the collagen. This is my 3rd month of collagen cycling on it. And I can't say that I saw a difference until this 3rd month. And it is kind of pricey. But I was in shock. And the company that introduced it, that came to us, I was working with someone at corporate while I was on vacation trying to get all the products into the studio. And he was like, have you been able to tell a difference in your skin? And I was like, no, not really.
Now you gotta call him back.
I know. Now I know. His name's Troy. I'm going to have to call him back and be like, you know what? Yeah. Because lip wrinkles really bother me. And I do something called a lip flip. That's the Botox that I was talking about. Gotcha. So they stick in here so that it's a little, it doesn't pucker so much. I was like, I don't think I need it.
I don't think you do.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you my story because, you know, we're always guinea pigs on things.
It might be pricey, but it's a lot less than a lot of
Than
procedures out
me
there.
going in for my lip flip. Yeah. Anyway, and it's good for your hair, skin, and nails too. You know, like, listen, you don't have to use this collagen. There's all kinds of collagens out there, and ones that we recommend you can get on Amazon. The Shackley one. There's ones that are complete sources of protein. Some of them will help you get protein counts.
All 9 amino
This
acids.
one is not going to help you get your protein goal in,
Okay.
but this is going to focus on your skin, hair, and nails. So it's cellular absorption technology. That's what they're all about. So
I'm not waiting a whole year to try this. I'm gonna start it.
I know. I was like, have you done it yet? No. I was like, you need to do it.
I'm going to. I started the multi. Love the multi. Continuing the multi.
Good.
And I'm like a 1 step at a time kind of person, and I'm gonna stop it or start it. Excuse me. But tell me about the pack. I want you to tell me about the pack.
What pack?
Like, what do you just eat it?
Oh, yeah. Shelly. I did the lip flip a few months ago and I loved it, but cracked up that I could not spit after brushing my teeth. Right? Drinking coffee. Remember the first time I did it? Even enunciating over the mic when I was teaching, I was like,
you couldn't move it.
This is weird.
That is.
But seriously, I was supposed to go in for, I had to cancel it before vacation and then I had to cancel it for tomorrow. And then I was getting ready and I was like, my lip wrinkles aren't staying like they normally stay. Awesome. And I'm 2 months behind on it. So, all right, so it's a little packet and it's kind of like a juice that's in there. And I just rip it off and
does it taste
suck
good?
and roll.
Or do you have to like
No, it does taste
deal
good.
With it? Okay.
It is marine sourced collagen.
Okay.
I'm impressed. I'm gonna keep using it for sure.
Awesome.
Anyway. that's what we're giving away today is a box of it. Yep. So hopefully everyone
Said hello.
has said hello. Okay, let's do this.
You mean to hold or draw?
You draw.
Oh.
I think both cameras can see it, so they know we are drawing.
You like real drawing. I can't. Is that one?
That's one.
Okay. Congratulations to Jennifer Clausen.
Woohoo!
That's a big prize.
That is a big prize. Congratulations.
Awesome. We'll give that to you.
Yeah, I think you'll love it, Jennifer. It's good stuff, I promise. We'll have another giveaway. Are you here next week? You go out of town.
We gotta figure that out. No, I don't leave till Friday.
Okay, so we can go live next Thursday. She's gonna be frantic because she doesn't do well packing.
I will try to plan ahead.
Okay.
And then I'll come in and be like, no, I haven't packed yet.
I know. I usually do well packing. So, oh, good. Jennifer's here. Hey, can't wait. Awesome.
Yay.
I think you'll love it. Anyway, you guys have a good one. We'll be live next Thursday.
Yes.
At 1 p.m. That is the plan. If anything changes, we're trying to email you. I think everyone's getting the emails, not even from our system. I am manually sending them from shred@mastermindmacros.com to make sure everyone gets them and they don't end up in spam. And then we're moving into week 5. Enjoy your double carb day for week 4. Week 5, macros do not change. Text us, call us if you need us.
If you have questions, you need help getting those double carbs in, we are pros. We can help you.
We can definitely help.
We love you.
We mean it. Mwah. See ya.